In today's video, we are going to be breaking down De'Aaron Fox's basketball shooting form. He just signed a massive contract, and he is shooting a pretty respectable 30+% from the three-point line, so I thought we need to break him down. Plus, I've had a couple of comments about breaking down his shooting form, so that's what we are going to do today. Anyways, let's get down and let's check out how De'Aaron Fox shoots the basketball. Okay, so this first clip is a behind the back view, and what we are really looking at is his feet. I always like to start from the feet and go up from there, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So first we're going to be looking at his feet, and they are a little bit off from the rim. Now, a lot of left-handed shooters actually shoot like this. They don't square up their body towards the rim. They shoot with a slight angle to their shot. I'm not too sure if this is because there's not many left-handed shooters around who actually want to teach left-handed players, but this is something that a lot of left-handed shooters will do. His whole body is actually facing away from the rim. The rim is almost to his left side, and then from there what we see is his right shoulder, right hip, and right foot way behind his left side. So you would automatically assume that that shot is going to be going towards the right of that rim and not towards the rim at all. But when you're a left-handed shooter, that doesn't necessarily matter. We see this with Goran Dragic and actually every single left-handed shooter that I train myself. So what does this tell you? I'm not too sure, but that's just how left-handed shooters shoot. However, what we do see is that his left shoulder and elbow are facing towards the rim. So that is right there going to give him a pretty accurate shot. We have to remember that everyone's shooting form is different, so if you're a left-handed shooter who is struggling to shoot the ball, this stance might actually help you. We also see that his arm is not bent at 90 degrees, it's actually bent just over 45 degrees, and that's going to give him more power but less speed on his shot. His set point is right at his forehead, so that's where a lot of players tend to shoot. It's better than being on the right side of his forehead, which is how LaMelo and Lonzo Ball shoot the ball. However, this is going to give him a very accurate shot, even though his body is facing away from the rim. Another thing that I like to notice is that he is on his toes. That's going to help him get up off the ground faster, so that even though his arm is not at a 90-degree angle here, it's still going to be able to get him off the ground faster into his shot, which, as we can see here, has the defender struggling to try and even contest the shot, let alone trying to block it. Now, when he extends out of his set point, which is above his left forehead, from there he is going to release that ball. We notice that he does not have a thumb flick like Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry, and then when he releases that ball, we notice that it does touch his middle finger last. From there, he extends his arm and he has his elbow above his forehead. What that's going to do for him is it's going to allow that ball to have a lot of arc, and because of that, it's going to make the rim look bigger to the ball, and it's going to allow that ball to drop in easier. Now, from a side view, what we do see is he is somewhat square when he's not doing a step back. The earlier shot was off of a step back, and he had his right side way farther back than his left. However, here this is a setup shot, and he is a little bit more square towards the rim. His feet are still off towards an angle, but we do see that his left side of his body is a little bit more straighter. His knee is pointing towards the rim, and we still see when he goes up to his set point, it's coming off of his forehead. Now, when there's higher quality footage, when I'm not breaking this down, you can see that it's about maybe an inch from his forehead. And then when he releases it through his middle finger. Now, when he's down into his collect mode, or when he's bringing it from his shooting pocket into his set point, we notice that his shoulders are in line with his heels. His knees are actually a bit out in front, and sometimes that does take away from your power. And I would assume that if he ever struggled with having enough power to get that ball to the rim, he would probably change this part, however, and maybe lean a bit forward more. But again, that can take away from your speed of getting up off the ground. And by keeping your knees out in front and having your shoulders in line with your heels is going to allow you to jump up faster, but it will decrease your amount of power. So this is the trade-off that you will have to make as a player. Are you wanting to be a faster shooter or a player who can shoot from farther away? When De'Aaron Fox does start getting up into his set point, what we do notice is he is already standing at the point of, and what I mean by standing is straight up, at the point of his set point. So when he does go up to release that ball, it's a nice clear power transfer into his shot. He doesn't stand up early and then bring the ball up. He brings the ball up at the same time as when he straightens out his body into his shot, which is a nice transfer of power into his three-point shot. I hope that this video has helped you become a better shooter. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.